Greetings in the name of Kadamawi Haile Selassie, Ras Tafari. This clip, I'm trying to answer the question of why Ras Tafari, and hopefully by the end of it, you'll be able to answer for yourself why not. Now, every civilized society has achieved civilization status based on the establishment of certain morals, principles, codes of conduct by which the society lives. Then you got house rules, which is the cell of a community, which is cells of a society. So you could have house rules, then each community might have a set of rules. You can't have your lawns unkempt, you can't have your rose bushes, not groomed, that kind of thing. Some developments out there. Then you have state rules and nationwide rules. And each set of rules is based on certain principles, values, objectives as established by groups of individuals who supposedly are in charge of representing the people under their command, or the people who look up to them, or the people who elected them for representation. In ancient Kemetan Egyptian societies, our ancestors revered kings because they were seen as individuals who had not only been enlightened or anointed by a divine and unknown source, but they had control over their chakras, and principally the positive chakras. So they had charisma, they had the ability to influence people, they were good leaders, etc. These kings or leaders were seen not only as enlightened, but to the society they were revered as anointed directly by God. So you had ancient Egyptian kings with the name Ra, or with Ra in their name, implying a direct anointing from the sun god, because to them, the sun was the creator of all things. As a matter of fact, I personally think our knowledge of God and the creator of all things is going to be directly proportional to our knowledge of black holes, because it is an unfathomable source. You can't really go into it to experiment it, but there are certain things that are known. So these kings were anointed, they were seen as anointed, and they were seen as an intermediate, a direct contact between the society and the Most High, or that which was beyond them. So he was like the Most High in the society, and technically he's the king. Likewise, the wife, the queen, she was the Most High from the female realm in the society. So they were seen as direct representatives of God, of the unknown creator with unfathomable powers. Ras Tafari signifies that for us, being the last known king of kings, Haile Selassie I, the last known king of kings, which, even though it is passed off as nothing, coincidence, it's not taught in schools, it's not in history books, it's not something that occupies our history curricula around the world. Yet we know of King James and the kings of Belgium and all these other BS and other crap that really and truly have nothing to do to strengthen us as a people and humanity as a whole, because humanity needs African history. They need the history of the beginning of things to be able to know the truth about things. So we hail our king as a direct representative of God, as a direct representative and the embodiment of God in human form, in human flesh. And ultimately, we all are. It's saying we came from black holes or created from stardust. So ultimately, we all are a little bit of a star. And our shine totally depends on perspective. You know, who sees you for what? To you, ex-boxer might be a god because he shines for you. You want to be a boxer. Why basketball or football player might be a god because you like what he or she does. And you know, they enlighten you, they illuminate you, they inspire. So we ultimately all have this potential. So the King of Kings is nothing but the Most High in the flesh, Ras Tafari, and he was crowned King of Kings, a coronation that was honored and homage was paid by all kings of the earth on the 2nd of November 1930, because every king on planet Earth either went or sent a representative. Now if you're a king, you carry certain powers, certain authority. So to go and bow or pay homage or tribute to an individual who is crowning himself and his wife higher than you says something. It is not just a mere coincidence that this took place. This came from an unfathomable higher source, higher frequency. Get in tune. The Jesus Christ myth, because that's what it is. It is a myth created by a European group of guys that they plagiarized and plundered from Egyptian mythology. And the Jesus myth basically tells of Jesus Christ. Christ really is what I'm trying to get at, the word, the Jesus thing. Christ actually is anointed. It is a title for the anointed one. Ras Tafari, as the Ethiopians would pronounce it, Kadamawi Haile Selassie, or Haile Selassie I, is anointed, the power of the Trinity. And ultimately, we all receive some anointing. Your name in itself can be a form of anointing. So the meaning of your name is very important, because it is something that would be invoked upon you over the rest of your life. So if it has no meaning or value, then, you know, you basically call yourself nothing. Now, ultimately, all that means nothing if there's no physical manifestation. So physical manifestations do have a lot to do with it, because, yeah, we look for physical things. We want to see, we want to touch, we want palpable, tangible things. And speaking it into being is one way, but then you got to do, you know, word, sound is power. So give thanks, you know, give thanks. And remember that the only thing you really and truly own, or should own, is your mind. You shouldn't let others control your mind. And, you know, there's much more to life than you can see with the naked eye. Strengthen your mind, as Desiree would say. You know, we living in serious time. Give thanks here, Ras Tafari. You know, and if you like it, click the thumbs up and share. If not, well, you know, jack eye. Give thanks for the viewership nonetheless.